Welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. We're back with a new unboxing of Wizkid's latest release for the D&D Attack Wing game. This latest release is the Goblin Troop Pack expansion, which adds kind of a whole new race to the game. We haven't seen goblins, I believe, in the game before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure there's been no goblins released so far as individuals or anything else. Doesn't really ring a bell. For those who don't know, D&D Attack Wing is a miniature game where you go and take pre-painted figures like these and build a force to go battle against your opponent. You do that based off of points. Usually there's some scenario involved, but you really can just go smash them together and beat the crap out of each other. So the Goblin Troop expansion is the latest release. On the back, it's Brixham and his band of fellow goblins have enjoyed a long history of mischief and mayhem during their raids along the Sword Coast. Whenever their numbers dwindle, Brixham will quickly grab a nearby goblin and conscript him into service. And if any goblin complains too loudly, the troublemaker will be the first to be picked up and heaved at the enemy when the time is right. Of course, nothing inspires more malicious glee in these vile creatures than watching their pet giant rat tear into their armored foes. The nasty little pest always knows just where to chomp. Although random acts of chaos are the goblins' forte, today they've been hired by a particularly powerful drow archmage, Vizerin Devere, to venture into a secret cave and recover an ancient scroll. Rumor has it that this scroll has something to do with the demon lords invading the Underdark, but only time will tell exactly how this mission connects to the turmoil besetting the subterranean realm. So basically what we're going to expect off of this set is a bunch of really cheap troops, clearly some sort of rat thing that probably ignores armor, and it would be cool if you could throw your troops to go and do some damage, and maybe get troops back or something of that nature. Now, I myself, there's a place in my heart for Goblins and Orcs. I myself played Orcs in every 40k army I've pretty much ever had. And when I did a little bit of fantasy, it was Orcs. What a shock. So I love me some green-skinned Orcs causing complete chaos. It's kind of fun having the characters running around or just causing complete mayhem and destruction. Something I particularly enjoy. So this set, as with the other troop releases, you get 6 figures. These one are kind of tiny, which is exactly what you'd expect for, try to get this to focus on it, exactly what you'd expect small, tiny. Do my best rotation so you can kind of get a look. The figures themselves are actually kind of impressive for their size. Now, one I took, it is in my hand. It's a little bit of painting issue. The hair isn't quite perfect. I do see some skin where there should be hair. There's a necklace that's painted that's pretty solid. A couple dings here and there, but not too bad considering the size. The detail's pretty decent. There's some nice muscles on the arm and the chest. The chainmail around the waist is actually pretty solid considering the size of the figure. A lot of the figures have the issue with the painting around the hair, which is interesting. And then one is the champion, and the champion for this set has like a gold belt. So I'm showing off the figures. Let's actually go through what you get in the set itself. Where is the opening? Hello? Oh, there we go. So we get card. Kind of features exactly what you'd expect. Nothing too surprising there. Apparently we're going to have something called Dust of Disappearance. We've got the dials. And the final. All these tokens. Nothing too surprising. Interesting enough, there's actually no rat token, which, I thought maybe you might see in here, but all comes down to the cards that you get. So first we have a scenario. One of the things I do like on these various sets is they give you scenarios to play, which are kind of fun. This one is Adventure 12, The Faintest Clue. It's for 2 players. You get 12 objective tokens. It's 75 points plus up, including Galagos and allies, and then another's 55 points. It's actually kind of a long scenario. I do remember them being a bit shorter than that, so this one feels like it is a little bit more to it, which is kind of cool. It's nice when you always feel like you're getting a little bit more value to something. So let's sort out the cards, and then we can discuss all of these, because, you know, should be kind of important. Alrighty. So we've got exactly what you expect. So we have 2 sets of ground troop cards, so you can actually run 2 troops using the one set. Brixham Raider. Oh, sorry. One is the Brixham Raiders, one's the Goblin Raiders, but you get, you know, your maneuver cars, so you can actually run some different things if you want. Excuse me. You know, as with goblins, they're not all that quick. Yeah, pretty average on the ground. 3 forward, which is all red. You'd imagine that they would have some issues doing some turning or maybe going really fast. A lot of some white and some green otherwise. Not the greatest when it comes to maneuvers. There we go. Yep. But it is what it is. Alright, so then as I said, we've got 2 different troops. We've got Goblin Raiders, which is the basic. They cost 8 points. Dirt cheap. But they've got 0, 3, 1, and 0. They are a whole lot of worthless when you look at it like that. As you add more goblins on is where it actually gets some value. So to get all of them, so to get the full set of goblins, you're looking at 36 points for them, at which point you're going to have 5 attacks, 1... Things are falling all over. It's interesting in that these change. In some ways they get better, in some ways they get worse, the higher they go up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you get 6... Okay, so this is Goblin Raiders on... Oh, so we got Brixham Raiders on the front, Goblin Raiders on the back. So Brixham Raiders, if you pay 6, you get 5 attack, 1 defense, 1 heart, 0 shield. Which is interesting, because if you have 2 of them, they get 3 defense, which I guess makes them harder to hit, is kind of the thought process on that, which would make a little bit sense. If you do the main Goblin Raiders, instead of the 5-1-1-0, you're looking at 4-1-1-0, and that costs a whole 23 points. So you save a decent amount. So you're saving 13 points, and you're actually suffering not a whole lot for that. So it's kind of interesting to see. Really, your goblins, just point-wise, I think they're going to pretty much be soaking up a lot of damage is really the whole point, and that's what kind of goblins do. So as I was saying, so we got the Goblin Raiders, so we just read off their stats. Brixham Raiders, for both of them, they've got 3 ranged bow and 1 scimitar. Brixham Raiders, though, is after performing an action, Brixham Raiders roll +1 attack die each time they attack for the remainder of the round. So, yeah. So, you can read that right there. So, perform a certain action, you get to do that. As far as the rest of the cards, we have Dust of Disappearance as a campaign artifact. It's 4 points. Place a timer on it. You cannot attack. You are immune to all attacks except for cone and burst attacks. If you're engulfed in a cone or burst attack, roll +2 defense dice against the attack. When this effect ends for any reason, discard this card. Troop can use a heroic upgrade slot to equip this artifact. It's interesting. Basically a defensive thing. We got so far a whole bunch of cheap upgrades, which are not necessarily a bad thing. Alright, so for 1 point, we get Malicious Glee. After you inflict at least 1 critical damage to a creature, you may immediately place a timer on this upgrade to remove 1 disabled token from one of your upgrades. You may only do this once after attack, even if you inflict 2 or more critical damage. Must be an evil troop to equip. So that could be pretty interesting to get timers going much quicker. Alright. For 2 points, we've got Rolfie. He's a giant rat. He gets a melee attack forward. Put a timer on this upgrade to make a 2-dice attack against 1 creature at range 1 in your forward arc. This is considered a primary weapon melee attack that ignores armor. This is a free attack that does not count as your 1 attack for this round. Must be a goblin to equip. So we said that there was probably going to be a rat card. And guess what? There is a rat card. For 3 points, we got Brixham, Goblin Leader. After an opponent declares an attack against 1 or more of your soldiers in your troop, you may disable this upgrade to change your point soldier, even if this makes your formation illegal. Whenever you lose a soldier, you must roll 1 attack die, even if this card is disabled. If you roll critical, discard this card. Must be an evil troop to equip. You cannot equip another leader upgrade. So, way to save your leader. Must be evil. Sorry. I apologize for that. Next, we got Sack of Rotten Meat. Any creature attacking you at range 1 rolls -1 attack die. So that's pretty decent. It must be a goblin to attack. And for attack, discard this upgrade to place the burst token anywhere at range 1 to 2 of your forward arc. Make a 2-dice attack against every creature that is touching or within range 1 of the burst token. This attack penetrates armor. Any creature damaged by this attack cannot attack for the remainder of this round. So we got something else that gets through armor, which is nice. Next we have Heave Goblins. So we got something where we actually toss goblins. For this costs 4. You must have at least 2 soldiers in your troop to initiate the following attack. Disable this upgrade to attack 1 creature at range 1 to 3 in your forward arc. Roll a number of attack dice equal to your primary weapon value plus 2. Afterwards, remove 1 soldier from your choice from your troop as if it were defeated, and then discard the top troop token on your creature card. So basically, the flavor on the back is in a card you get to toss a creature around. So next we got Plan of Attack. After performing an action listed on one of your upgrades, you may disable this upgrade to perform 1 action listed on your action bar as a free action. Must be troop to equip. So that's actually pretty cool. For 4, it's a little expensive, especially since this is kind of getting a free action comes with a bunch of different creatures. And then finally, we've got Goblins Conscripts. You must have 2, 3, 4, or 5 soldiers in your troop to perform the following action. Place 3 timers on this upgrade. To add 1 soldier to your troop, add the next sequential troop token to your creature card. This action has no effect if the next sequential troop token is on the top of the Moments of Glory upgrade. Must be a goblin troop to equip. So basically, you can get an infinite amount of goblins if you play it right. So goblins are a great way, well, I'll call it kind of like the grinding unit. Get them in there and just cause all sorts of problems. Tossing goblins and then getting more goblins to throw in there. So you kind of have like a built-in grenade that will just regenerate. It's a regenerating unit to just cause issues. So that's the goblin upgrade for D&D Attack Wing. It should be out in stores now. Thanks for watching. This has been Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. You can catch us every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all Graphic Policy. Till next time, keep rolling those die and keep it geeky.